There's a certain area that you can work within that. All right, we all have to work within a budget. I've been hearing people saying, I work for Brandywine Hospital, I work for such and such place. I was up at Brandywine Hospital over the weekend. I got relatives in intensive care. They're on demand. Brandywine Hospital and a lot of hospitals on demand. And they need people, and they lay people off. And believe me, there's people, every one of us, if we go to the hospital, we don't want to see just one doctor and IUC and one nurse. All right? And it's just like in the police department. Yeah. There's a lot of departments there. And we can go back and forth, West County, East Brandywine, West Bradford, all those. I happen to know the chiefs and the patrolmen in all those townships. I know what their budgets is. And you're right, we have a large budget. All right? It had jumped from 40,000 down, now it's 1 point whatever million. That's something you have to rope in. That's what you go back to the chief, because he's not part of the collective bargain. He's supposed to, same with the road department. Supposed to go back to them, and they're supposed to see where they can make cuts. That's where you take a recommendation. Not one of you board members actually worked on it. Pam worked on it. Every treasurer in this township worked on the budget. Hopefully she went to each department and they make the honey-do lists. All right? And it's up to you, gentlemen and ladies, to make the decision where that list is going to go. I've been hearing stories about backhoe. I seen it when this was only 2 road departments. And believe me, they kept the roads open. Yeah, we had a little bit. I tell you one area, and maybe this board here and the people here, and they can smile all they want, but you know, in reference to dedication, we lost a lot of money on dedication. That's how we get our liquid fuel money. And when you have roads dedicated and done, you never got dedicated. And I can tell you right now, I happen to know that we lost $20,000 in the past on different roads that was never put in to get dedicated. You can only do that certain time of the year. And you lose a lot of liquid fuel money, which you use for plowing snow, buying new equipment, and maintenance. Thank you, Steve.
Any other comments or questions before we vote?
Can you repeat the vote? The motion?
The motion is to hire Francis O'Donnell as a full-time officer.
I got one question.
Yes, sir.
You know, I don't typically go to political meetings because my blood pressure would just boil over. And that's a fact. And then for you to simply sit there and say, I just listened to you for the last 15 minutes, go on and on and on. This is not an attack on you, this is not a threat on you. But all I've heard you spew out of your mouth is I. That is not a true testament of a leader of this township. It's we the residents, you the board. There has to be a common ground that you all work from. To have everybody's blood pressure, you got residents ready to tear each other's limbs apart. You got somebody else spewing facts that, I don't know if they're facts or not, but the simple fact that you can't even control a meeting. The last 3 meetings in here have been mayhem. Because of your leadership, okay? Because of your leadership. Now you talk about this budget and this, that, and the other thing, but God damn it.
Hey,
if I was in a meeting, or a business meeting, or whatever, at the end of the day, okay, at the end of the day, if the department heads don't sit down and everybody work together, guess what? This is what you're going to have at every meeting. You're going to have angry residents. Yeah, I'm sorry, I apologize for the goddamn thing, but I'm pissed off too, okay? The bottom line is you have people's jobs at stake here. You have people's families, people's well-being of all the township residents, okay? You have a responsibility that's greater than your game plan or your agenda. And Ed, I've been around the block more times than none. And I can tell you, walking in here, the fact that you knew you could hire Lou Wilson part-time, you had previous discussion before walking into this meeting. Okay? I'm not an idiot.
You shouldn't be. Because let me respond. Because I told you that I talked to him. I said that to everybody.
Isn't that kind of backhand?
Why would you have that discussion?
Because I'm a supervisor to bring an idea to the board. That's all.
No. You have those discussions with the board first. Then you have those discussions. That's how this works. You bring it to the board and say, hey, I have this idea,
I
what do you
did.
think about, no, you
I'm here
didn't.
tonight bringing an idea before the board.
In your own meeting, you don't do it in front of everybody, you have a meeting, you discuss it amongst the board, your guys are the group that handles it.
I would say, you know, one of the reasons for holding the
Wait, go ahead,
executive
you can
session,
first, go ahead.
one of the reasons
Go
for
ahead. I don't have a
having the
problem with
executive
it.
session is to discuss personnel issues, and if anybody's considering making a significant change such as the chief of police, that would be something that would be discussed in executive session rather than just springing it on.
Okay?
It has.
Your agenda has been put out there for everybody to know.
What
You
agenda?
have an
I
agenda.
didn't cut anybody.
It's not hidden.
I hired.
The wrong person.
I hired.
When will you get it?
I hired
You
a
talk to
part-timer.
people that you have a condescending
Hire
tone
Johnny
way to talk
full-time,
to
right?
people.
Hi.
You had an agenda coming in here. Just admit it.
Or,
Just admit
no, I
it.
have no agenda.
Let me
I
get
have
out.
a plan.
You don't have a plan.
Let's take the
No,
vote.
you don't.
Let's take the
Sir,
vote.
You don't have a, what is
We're gonna
it?
take the
What's your short-term and long-term plan?
Sharon,
I just told you the police budget has just jumped. It's been jumping 10 to 12% per year since I've been a supervisor. I just told you it jumped 19% this year, all right? I'm telling you, it's gonna jump again next year. and
What's
it-
your plan?
I just talked about a plan. I was trying to.
Como,
Okay, can we,
What was that?
Como and replay.
Yeah.
all right,
Come over. What?
Como and replay.
I can't hear what she said.
Como.
Come over.
please don't shout out at this point, we're trying to move
I don't
along.
understand what you're saying.
So let's take the
Let's
vote
take the
for
vote. Vote
Francis
with the
O'Donnell as
people.
full-time.
Let's make John a full-time
All
officer.
those in favor, aye.
I have to vote nay at this time. but
Aye.
Why? What?
But
Why?
It's a replay of Como.
Why?
Okay, well, let's,
No.
I went through.
Steve.
we'll try the next one and see if we have any more luck there.
Hold on, Steve. Go, Mr. Scott. Why, Mr. Scott?
Now, we can address it, I mean, we've all had our blood pressures up and obviously with Chuck, so.
You have to give him a reason.
All right,
where we at,
I'd make a
Sharon?
motion to appoint the following police officers as presented. That list I read earlier.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
John O'Donnell, correct?
Yes, with the addition of John O'Donnell as part-time.
Yeah, I'm the rest of it.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
What was your vote then?
I'm on, yeah. And Chief, I wanted, if we can have an executive session with you, not tonight, but first, I want to talk to you about what Mr. Masterpoint said to me. So maybe work out where we can do something here in the future. Ed gave me a plan that possibly the junior has to implement, which can help with what's going on. Fair enough?
I'm available.
Okay. That's what I was really looking, I mean, we didn't have that conversation, so I was doing that.
Moving on. I make a motion to appoint Nancy Baker as the 2016 part-time police administrative assistant and part-time police right-to-know officer at $18.08 per hour.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. I make a motion to appoint Keystone Municipal Services as Inc. as the 2016 Township Building Inspection Code Official and Zoning Services.
Second.
Questions or comments?
What is the rate? Did you have a rate?
I think it increased, right?
They did bump it up.
Yeah.
They did bump it up, yeah, it's,
What is it now?
Zoning
62 an hour.
administration, 62 per hour, permitting fees, 50%, code administration, $50 an hour, code enforcement services, $62 an hour, marshal services, which does not apply. I don't think this applies to us.
correct.
And he only comes out having permit and inspections, correct?
And to answer
Mr.
any
Chairman.
complaints.
And to answer any complaints, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments?
What's the percentage of increase on that?
They haven't had an increase since 2007, so it went up 20%.
20%.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Supervisor liaison appointments. I don't know if we really did this last year, did we?
We haven't done it the past couple of years, and it probably,
Can we
my
please?
opinion is it makes sense not to
Yeah.
have executive police, which has been me the last couple of years.
If there's a board agreement, I mean, we don't have, I mean, given that we don't have a township manager, the planning commission is saying that no one's there. Other departments are saying that they're, and I realize the park and rec board is now pretty much dissolve, but we could have an office liaison still, we could have a planning commission liaison, we could have a historic commission liaison, just to have some presence of a supervisor member present to be able to convey that information back, given that we don't have a township manager. I'd be willing to take, I mean, I had the office before, I'm willing to take that. If, we've been putting 2 on the police, Joe, you're serving on there.
I was as well.
You were, I would like to serve on there as well. I can take the office and the police as a liaison, if someone's willing to take over the planning commission. Am I right, Dennis? Would you like somebody, a supervisor at the police? Yeah. So it would help convey information back. This is how the township has run. I mean, we dissolved these last year, but we really need to have some type of presence. Is there anyone that could do the planning commission?
Yeah, why, Carol, why don't you do it?
Do you want it? Carol's for the planning commission. The historic commission, do you want to give us something?
How about, yeah,
So Joe,
I would like to, well, I'd like to do the police with you.
I'd like to do the police also.
you 2 served the last 2 years. Let me.
Are you sure you want to be the police liaison then?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Steve, are you cool being the police liaison? This, the other police
If
liaison?
we're having 2. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Steve, you can be primary, I'll be secondary, that's fine.
Okay.
Nobody took over historical?
Well, we're trying to work on, I think, Steve, you want to do it.
I'll volunteer to be the library liaison.
Joe, do you have anything?
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll do library, I'll do emergency service and fire marshal.
Joe, you
And
want to take the historic commission? I mean, that's one that's meeting all the time. Do you want to take that one?
I could, Chuck's been doing that in the past, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he might be,
Yeah, I would love that.
he's not here.
I'll do historical.
Okay, fair enough. So, Carol's got a little planning, you have
I'd
historic.
love to be there.
I have office and police, sorry, all right, police.
I'll do public
That's
works
good.
also.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion to appoint the following board liaisons as presented. Planning Commission, Carol Cole. Historical Commission, Bill Pomorski. Police, Steve Herzog and Ed Porter. Township Office, Ed Porter.
That's right.
Second?
That's second.
I think Joe said he would take public works as well.
Joe, did you say Public Works?
Yeah.
And Joe Pomorski for Public Works.
Joe has the historic, you're planning commission.
No.
No, Joe's not.
Any questions or comments?
Is there anything left for Chuck Kilgore?
Yeah, there's others. We'll obviously have to see.
We have the newsletter.
What his status
We're trying
is.
to do like a PDF newsletter, so residents can get, we have trash and recycling,
Park and Rec as well.
park
Park
and
and
rec.
Rec, or hopefully we can get that up.
Maybe assistant.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2016 State Supervisors Association Convention voting delegate. I don't think anyone's gone in the last couple of years. I may be able to go. I don't know if anybody else can. It's April something. I have it here.
April 17th to the 19th.
17th. Thank you.
I really think we need somebody there the day, because there's
When's the
the main vote, because you need somebody there for the main vote, or when they are voting on things that affect all the municipalities, especially the second class times of code.
I can do it. I'll try to make it at least the day for whatever the vote is. I'm not sure what day that is yet. I'll have to figure that out.
All right.
So do you want to make that a motion?
Sure.
Ed?
I make the motion to appoint Mr. Steve Herzog as the 2016 State Supervisors Association Convention voting delegate. And, do we need an alternate, or are you okay?
I should be okay. I'll make
Okay.
it.
So, and I stop my motion right there. So,
Second?
any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Vacancy board. Do we have?
I'll motion for Sid Crook again. Unless you want to do that.
Let's see who you work for.
You can do that. Mrs. Crump, would you be interested again? Okay, go ahead, Joe.
I'll make a motion to appoint City Crook as the East Fallowfield Township 2016 vacancy board member.
Second?
Questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nay. All right, I'll make an attempt at a motion here. I make a motion for the second applicant to this. I make a motion to appoint Nelson Walter as an East Fallowfield Township 2016 vacancy board member. Do I have a second? Any questions? All those in favor?
Nay.
Aye.
Nay.
So,
Can move that to the next meeting.
honey, would you put that on for the next meeting for those works?
Mr. Kilgore will be able to join us and we can note that out. I make a motion to appoint the law offices of John Carnes Jr. as a 2016 Township Zoning Solicitor at the rate of $135 per hour and $100 per hour for other firm attorneys.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Mr. Brown, did you say that for zoning board, solicitor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the same rate as last year.
Yeah.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
It passes 4-0. I make a motion to appoint Herbert E. McCumbee Jr., P.E. as the 2016 Township Sewer Consultant and approve their 2016 fee schedule as presented.
Second.
Questions or comments?
What's his rate?
His rate is $140 per hour, but then there's other rates depending on the level of employee that they need to use.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. I make a motion to appoint traffic planning and design as 2016 Township Traffic Consultants and approve their 2016 fee schedule as presented.
Second.
Questions or comments?
You know, we don't have the luxury to have the fee schedule in front of us. Is
No,
there
there's
an hourly rate there, or?
It's multiple levels depending on who you get and what kind of plans or prints that you need.
Was that also put out for bids, or was that somebody that we have had?
This is somebody that we have had.
All right.
It's
I
just
would
renewing their,
suggest also to compare that when we're talking about the budget, and check out other outfits that also do the same type, and see if they compare, whether it's, you know, like you said, different
duly noted.
designs or traffic, because we do have a lot of problems on Brick Road, and also the new covered bridge that is being repaired on Frog Hollow. So that if we're talking about the safety and welfare of residents, that one road's been closed for almost 4 years, 3 years for the covered bridge, and it does affect a lot of residents. Maybe not from the west side, but it does from the east side. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote passes 4-0. Make a motion to appoint Delapenna Engineering, Inc. as the 2016 Township Engineer and approve the 2016 fee schedule as presented.
Second.
Questions or comments? It's $105 an hour for the engineer. Construction observation is $67 an hour. And then there's additional charges for copies.
The only comment I would make, he has done a great job for the township, and he does go out on developers, and as they're doing the blacktopping and stuff, he is out there. So he for the fees there, he does a great job.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Make a motion to approve Resolution 2016-01, approving the revisions to the Township Fee Schedule, Treasurer Draft 12-215.
Second.
Questions or comments? Are there any major changes to this, Bonnie?
The format,
Just the format, but the rates are the same as last year?
for the most part, other than what has been discussed in the aforementioned.
Okay.
Didn't we change the format already when Rosemary was here? Didn't we change, what's the changes to the format?
Did you see the old fee schedule?
I did, yeah, so I just want,
It's just easier to read.
okay.
Any other questions or comments? Mrs. Scott?
Rates and fees, you said stayed the same?
Correct.
Minus the aforementioned.
Minus the other ones that we voted on already that may have gone up. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Vote passes 4-0. I make a motion to approve Resolution 2016-02, appointing Mingus, Gutowski and Company LLP as East Fallowfield Township auditors, replacing the elected auditors for the fiscal year of 2015 at a salary of $15,100, which includes out-of-pocket expenses.
Second.
Questions or comments?
I actually do. I don't come here very often, but I follow you guys. I've been a resident since I was born. And I have an irky feeling that Ed Porter resembles the Coatesville Co-Mill.
Does this have anything to do with the motion
No.
on the floor?
It has everything to do with your
Okay,
outfit
we have
and
a
being.
public comment at the end, where you can bring that up. This is about the motion on the floor.
And that's the same auditor we had last year.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I can't hear the
Mrs. Culp,
votes back here with
Mrs.
all.
Culp, could you please speak up with your yeas and nays? We can't understand what you're saying, please. Okay, can you please just speak up next time? Thank you.
I vote yea on it.
Passes 4-0.
Call the art, baby.
Agricultural Security Commission, I make a motion to appoint Garth Monahan to the Agricultural Security Area Committee, 2016 to 2019 term.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I make a motion to appoint Charles Kilgore to the Agricultural Security Area Committee, 2016 to 2017 term.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chuck also served for that. He was also the chairman.
He was the chairman last year.
It's a double, yeah, it's a double thing. and stuff. I
Okay.
did it the year before. They meet once a year, or not
You
necessarily.
have to have, you want to get them around.
I'll check on that, just if he's not, we'll change that.
We'll change it another meeting. I make a motion to appoint Charles Kilgore as the 2016 chairman of the Agricultural Security Commission.
Second.
Questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those passes 4-0. Discussion on adjusting the compensation for a zoning hearing from $25 to $50 per Al Wright's request. Anybody want to comment on that on the board?
Al, you said how many, is Al here? Okay. How many times did Al say he's met, like maybe once, maybe sometime two?
Maybe once a year, it was once this year.
Once. I mean, he makes a genuine. He makes a good point, I mean, the people are in, say that. What's the, do you know, anyone know what the rate's been for all these years as far as it,
$2,500.
for a long, long time? Yeah. Yeah.
I'm fine with it. Everybody, Joe?
Yeah, cool.
Yes, I probably need to make a motion for that. Make a motion to adjust the compensation for a zoning hearing from $25 to $50.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote passes 4-0. Make a motion to adopt resolution 2016-03, appointing Ellis Spice as a zoning hearing board member for the vacant term ending December 31st, 2017.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Who is Alice Weiss? Has,
I don't know, are you here this evening?
He's already on that board, it's just that he was the alternate, so
Yeah.
his term changed.
Oh, okay. He was already on the board?
He was
Yeah,
the
he's
alternate,
already
he
been
become,
on. He went from alternate to member,
Right.
that's all it is.
Any other questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye.
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 The vote passes 4-0. Planning Commission members, us, the Board of Supervisors, to reappoint Garth Monahan and Jim Weeks. So I'll make a motion to appoint Garth Monahan and Jim Weeks to the Planning Commission 2016 to 2019 term. Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions or comments? Mr. Rhodes?
I serve with Mr. Garth, and I'm just looking through here, and the purpose of the appointment, and I know other people have put in for that, position also. When you have somebody with 3 different positions that you're already appointed, the purpose of any board member is to try to get more people involved in the community. And when people do apply for those positions, they should be considered also. I mean, it'd be not just say guard. If you have 3 Buddy Roads, it's on all 3, 4. You should have other people that are interested in that position to be part of it. The agriculture, you're almost tied in, because supposedly it'd be 1 civilian and actually 1 person that owns the ground to be a member of the agriculture commission. He's also on the historic commission. So, and of course, the planning commission is on that. So, it's something that I don't know if you have in front of you, if you have other people. I happen to know that other people have applied for that. And I know the records have been kept back there in the administration. I would hope that you would, I would hope that you would review those and consider that person also. Thank you.
What's the letter, is there some, another?
Yeah, there's a letter from someone else interested in with the planning commission and the elected auditor.
I'm reviewing for everybody to review.
Steve?
Well, we have a motion on the floor, so. Mr. Crowe?
As the chair on the planning commission, we've not been notified that anybody else has wanted to come forward for the planning commission. If they do so, please come forward. We have 2 alternative positions that has been brought up from the state court, Supreme Court, saying that there's an alternative if they want to be. We've had nobody apply. These are the 2 that we recommend.
We did get 1 in just today.
Dennis, would you be willing to entertain a new person that's asking to
They
do?
come forward, just like I just said, they can come forward,
Can we
go
delay
through
this?
the interview process that we usually go through, and I would like to also add that I think anybody that comes on that board, as well as the Board of Supervisors, should take courses on zoning and building.
Okay. Dennis, would you be willing to table this motion just so you can give the person a chance to interview with them? They might not have known. And we can do this next meeting?
No,
Oh,
we'd
yeah.
have to go through our board.
I know there's a motion. Okay, I was just curious if you're willing to. Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Mrs. Scott?
Yes, I would say, having participated in that process whereby you have to come and meet with the I don't know how many planning commission members, but I've done that twice and have always been rejected. So rejected by the planning commission. So I somewhat feel, somebody has an agenda. So therefore, I think you can, the board itself can vote. You don't have to go with the planning commission recommendation.
Just today. Oh.
Dennis, okay.
Who's on this letter?
No, I know. I'm just trying to be fair.
Sharon
I'm trying to be fair,
Scott.
but yeah.
Come forward, Sharon. We didn't say we'd reject you.
There's my resume.
Okay, you're welcome to come to
And
the
I
next meeting.
have all the credentials.
I have never not let you come on the planning commission.
Okay. We have a motion before the board. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Dennis, is there any, I know, just for discussion, is there any members that you feel might be coming off soon that we give another resident an opportunity to interview during the near future? Or is there some members that aren't?
What's that?
Is there any?
There's room for alternates.
Okay.
So
Would you
there's,
be able to
we
do
have
that?
2 vacancies for alternates.
Okay.
If somebody doesn't show up to a meeting, you know,
That
I think they
alternate's
can
voted for that
also step in.
Okay. Would you have, do you have alternates already?
No,
Okay, would you mind if this person that's asking to volunteer for a board is put on, could we re-motion to put them, or make a second motion to put them on as an alternate?
I would not surpass the